Good morning, children. I am Meeta Gupta, mathematics teacher in ST.JOSEPH'S Academy, going to explain you the topic of 10th class quadratic equations. Now, before starting, we have to understand what are quadratic equations. Quadratic equations are the equations with one variable having degree 2. Degree means the highest power of the variable in the given equation. As for example, if you will see this equation, the general form of the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a, b, c belongs to real number and a is not equal to 0. If a will be 0, this ax square term will become 0. Only left is bx plus c equal to 0. Then bx plus c will be the linear equation, not a quadratic equation. In that case, power of x will be 1. Therefore, we are giving the condition here, a should not be equal to 0. Here, a, b and c are the constant. When we will apply it to the questions, a, b and c will have some numerical values, while x is the variable and highest power of x here is 2. Therefore, it is a quadratic equation. For solving the quadratic equations, we have two methods. One is factorization and the other is using quadratic formula. In the previous exercise, we have learned how to solve the quadratic equations by factorization. This you have done in class 9 also. If you remember, we were splitting the middle term, taking some common and then getting the two brackets which were giving the value of x. There are some questions which will be solved by factorization method in class 10th also, which will be explained with the help of some examples. And second method is quadratic formula. There are some quadratic equations which cannot be solved by the method of factorization. Maybe factors are difficult, or they may not be striking our mind, or sometimes it is not possible to factorize the given quadratic equation. In that case, we use the formula for solving the equation. Actually, by using the formula, we can solve any type of equation. But with factorization method, we have limitation. Only some type of questions can be solved. So, even if factorization is possible and you are solving it by using the formula, then also you will get the same answer. This is the formula which we use for solving the quadratic equation. The formula here, as you can see, is x is equal to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Here we use plus minus sign, as this is a quadratic equation having degree 2, so we should get two answers of x. In a linear equation, after solving, we get only one value of x. But as it is quadratic equation, always there are two possible values of x which will satisfy this equation. And in the question, as I told you already, a, b and c will be the numbers which can be substituted here to get the values of x. For doing the calculations, whatever value you will get after solving b square minus 4ac under root, once we will take it with plus sign with the remaining part of the formula, and once we will take it with minus sign with the remaining part of the formula, which will give us two values of x. As I take the examples, it will be clear to you. But before taking an example, there is one more point which is to be explained. That is, we should know the nature of the roots. This part, which was in the square root, b square minus 4ac, is called discriminant. Discriminant is denoted by d, and b is equal to b square minus 4ac. This b square minus 4ac decides the nature of the roots. Nature of the roots means what will be the value of x, to which set that value of x will belong to. Here we can separately solve this b square minus 4ac. If b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then roots are real and unequal. They will be unequal because we will use the formula once with plus sign and once with minus sign. So two different values of x we will get. But if b square minus 4ac will be equal to 0, then square root part will become 0. What will be left? If you will see the previous formula, left will be only minus b upon 2a. Because this part plus minus b square minus 4ac is coming 0 after solving. So we will have both the values of x equal to minus b upon 2a. This plus minus under root b square minus 4ac part will not have any role to play in our answer, as this value came out 0 after solving. That's why here we say that the roots are real and equal. But if this b square minus 4ac will come less than 0, less than 0 means it will come negative. If it will come negative, then this square root part will be in minus. And whenever this square root part is in minus, it cannot be solved further. And that's why we say in that case roots are not real or they are imaginary. While doing the questions, sometimes if you get the value of b square minus 4ac less than 0, then you have to substitute in the formula, and then there only you can leave it saying that solution is not possible. Means if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, we need not solve the question further. We can leave it there saying that solution is not possible. Now let me explain you with the help of some examples. This is the first example. It is asked, is x equal to minus 3 a solution of the quadratic equation 2x square minus 7x plus 9 equal to 0? Here one value of x is already given and they are asking whether it is a root of the given equation or not. To check whether it is the root of given equation or not, the value given of x you put in the given equation. If it comes equal to 0, then this is the solution of the equation. If it is not coming equal to 0, then we will write it is not the solution of the equation. As you can see here, we have substituted the value of x as minus 3. How to substitute the values? You have learned in class 8 also. So 2x square. X square means minus 3 whole square. Minus 7 into minus 3 plus 9 equal to 0. On solving further, This comes out 18 plus 29. 18 plus 21 plus 9 equal to 0, which is giving us 48. Now this 48 is not equal to 0. Means after solving it, we are not getting the answer 0. So 48 is not equal to right hand side. Therefore, x equal to minus 3 is not the solution of the given equation. If this will come 0, then we will write yes, x minus 3 is the solution of the equation. Or it may not be always 0. Whatever is given on the right hand side should come after substituting the given value of x. Now, the next question is, without solving, comment upon the nature of the roots of the following equation. Question is given 7x square minus 9x plus 2 equal to 0. Nature of the root is decided with the help of the discriminant. Just now I told you discriminant is equal to b square minus 4ac. According to this question, a is 7. Whatever is the constant of x square is a. So a is 7. Constant of x along with the sign. So b is minus 9 and c is 2. I am comparing it with the general form of the equation. What was the general form of the equation? The general form of the equation was ax square plus bx plus c. So this ax square plus bx plus c is compared with 7x square minus 9x plus 2. So in place of a I have 7, b is minus 9 and c is plus 2. Now substitute this value in b square minus 4ac. This will become minus 9 whole square minus 4 into 7 into 2, which is 81 minus 56 is equal to 25. Now this 25, there were three conditions if you remember for telling the nature of the roots. If b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, what is the value of b square minus 4ac we are getting in our question? It is 25. So if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then roots are real and unequal. This is, we can comment on the nature of the roots. As 25 means discriminant is greater than 0, then equation has two real and unequal roots. It means in these type of questions, first we will always compare with the general form of the equation, find out ABC, substitute it in the formula of the discriminant b square minus 4ac. Whatever is the answer coming, we decide the nature of the roots, for which we have already learned three cases what will be the nature of the roots. Now I am going to take one more example. All these are the questions of your book. You can go through the exercise and find out which question number this is. Find the value of p if the following quadratic equation has real roots. Now it is already given that roots are equal. And if roots are equal, what is the nature of the discriminant? We have already learned. If roots are equal, discriminant is equal to 0. Whenever roots are equal, discriminant is equal to 0. So, in this question, first we will compare the given equation to the standard form of the equation and find out what is A, B and C. If you will compare it with the standard form, we get A constant of x square 4 B constant of x. Here it is minus p minus 2. Don't forget to take it with sign if there is minus. So B is minus p minus 2 and C is 1. What is the formula of discriminant? B square minus 4ac we have learned. Substitute B's value of A, B and C in B square minus 4ac. So in place of B, it will come minus p minus 2 whole square minus 4 into 4 into 1. 4ac. 4ac means 4 into 4 into 1. Now open this whole square using the formula of whole square. Here it is minus sign outside the bracket. Square of minus will become plus. So I will be using the formula of A minus B whole square. A minus B whole square is B square plus 4 minus 4p, and solving this we are getting minus 16. Collect the like terms. B square minus 4p minus 12 equal to 0. Now this is again a quadratic equation which is having the variable p. Solve it by splitting the middle term. Take the factors as we have learnt in the lower classes. This will be p square minus 6p plus 2p minus 12. 6 2s are 12 and minus 6 plus 2 is minus 12. Taking p common, p minus 6 plus 2, p minus 6 equal to 0. Two brackets are p minus 6 into p plus 2 equal to 0. So what are the values of p? P is equal to 6 and p is equal to minus 2. What was the question? Find the value of p for which this quadratic equation has real roots. So we have calculated two values of p which will satisfy the given equation, and if we will put these values of p here, we will get discriminant equal to 0. This is also the same type of question where they are saying find the value of k for which equation 3x square minus 6x plus k equal to 0 has distinct and real roots. Now distinct means different. Roots are different when b square minus 4ac is greater than 0. This is the point you have to remember. On this step you will get 1 mark in the exam. You know that for distinct means different and real roots, b square minus 4ac should be greater than 0. Again compare it with the standard form of the equation. A is 3, b is minus 6, k is 3. K will remain k here. Put it in the formula of the discriminant. Minus 6 whole square minus 4 into 3 into k is greater than 0. 36 minus 12k greater than 0. 36 greater than 12k. So k is less than 3. Whenever we will put k, any value of k less than 3, then b square minus 4ac will come greater than 0 and roots will be distinct and real. So this b square minus 4ac always plays a very important role while doing the solution. In questions which I will explain further, there also you will see that if this b square minus 4ac will be wrong, you will not get the correct answer. And to get the correct solution of b square minus 4ac, you take the values of a, b, c here very carefully along with the sign. Now see, next question. This is solving the problem by using factorization method. This factorization method, though we have learned in lower classes also, but even then I am explaining again. Equation is given 6 upon x is equal to 1 plus x. Take LCM or do the cross multiplication. 6 is equal to x plus x square. Take this 6 to the right hand side. X square plus x minus 6 equal to 0. Split the middle term to get 6. It will be 3 to the 6. Sign of bigger will be plus. So x square plus 3x minus 2x minus 6 equal to 0. X common, x plus 3 minus 2 common, x plus 3 equal to 0. X plus 3 into x minus 2 equal to 0. Two values of x we got. X equal to minus 3 and x equal to 2. Always we should get two answers while solving the quadratic equations, because these are quadratic equation with the degree 2. If degree is 2, we should get two values of x as the answer. This is a very simple question, and these type of questions you have done in 9th. Now see this. This is again a very simple question. If it is given 2x minus 3 whole square equal to 49. Here 49 can be written as 7 square. 49 can be written as 7 square. And when powers are same, base can be compared. But very important point to note here is, whenever we solve whole square, always take the value with both the signs, plus minus. So taking square root here on both the sides, we will get 2x minus 3 is equal to plus minus 7. So once solve 2x minus 3 with plus 7, and once solve 2x minus 3 with minus 7. When I am taking the value plus 7, this will become 2x minus 3 equal to 7. 2x is equal to 10 and x equal to 5. And when I will take it with minus sign, this will become 2x minus 3 is equal to minus 7. 2x is equal to minus 4 and x is equal to minus 2. So this is because again it was square on x. We should get two values of x as the answer, and I have calculated two values of x. Once taking plus 7, equating it to 2x minus 3, and once taking minus 7, equating it to 2x minus 3. And final answers are x equal to 5 and x equal to minus 3. Now one more example. Here equation is given in the fractional form. Here what we will do is, first we will do the cross multiplication. Cross multiplication is done of right hand side also and left hand side also. 3x minus 2 into x plus 4 is equal to 2x minus 3 into 3x minus 8. This side is giving us 3x square plus 12x minus 2x minus 8. This side is given 6x square minus 16x minus 9x plus 24. Collect the like terms. Bring all the terms on right side to left side, changing the sign. After collecting the like terms, this is the final equation which we get. 3x square minus 35x plus 32 equal to 0. Split the middle term. Directly I am getting the factors here. 32 plus 3 is equal to 35. So break this to 32x minus 3x. Minus 32x minus 3x. Take common. Combine the brackets. X minus 1 into 3x minus 32 equal to 0. So two values of x we got. X equal to 1 and x is equal to 32 by 3, which is converted to mixed fraction 10 whole 2 by 3. Have a look once again to see the solution for better understanding. See next example now. Here question is solve 2x square minus 9x plus 10 equal to 0. Now two conditions of n are given. X belongs to n and x belongs to q. Q means rational number. First we will solve the equation by the simple method of splitting the middle term. Here 10 2s are 20. So 9 minus 9 is broken, minus 5x minus 4x. 5 4s are 20. Take x common, 2x minus 5, minus 2 common, 2x minus 5. Two brackets we are getting 2x minus 5 and x minus 2 equal to 0, which is giving us two values of x equal to 5 by 2 and x equal to 2. Out of these two answers, we have to give final answer on the basis of the condition given. Out of these two answers which we got, only 2 is the natural number. So for the first part, only x equal to 2 is the answer. You know 5 by 2 is not a natural number. So for first part, only x equal to 2 is the answer. While for x belongs to q, q means rational number. So both these values of x which we got are rational numbers. So for writing x belongs to q answer, we have to write both the answers. Writing final answer carefully is very important. 1 mark is for writing the answer. If you are not writing the answer correctly, you will not get the answer. Now I am going to explain you how to use the formula for solving the quadratic equation. Children, remember, this is the most important type of question which is asked in the exam. And I will tell you some important points which you have to remember while solving these type of questions, which I dictate you just now. So keep your pen pencils ready so that you can note down. Here, x square minus 3x minus 9 equal to 0 is the given equation. Trying hard, I am not able to split minus 3 to get minus 9. In other words, solving this equation by the method of factorization is not actually possible. So here it becomes necessary to use the formula. The part of the formula we have already learned how to solve. Means we have already learned how to find b square minus 4ac in the previous example. So this b square minus 4ac you can calculate separately also, or you can calculate it in the formula directly also. First step in all these type of questions is find out what is ABC from the equation given. Here A is 1, B is minus 3 and C is minus 9. Substitute the values in the given equation. It will become minus, this minus is of formula, and value of B is also minus 3. So 2 times minus sign is coming here. Minus minus 3 plus minus, B is minus 3. So minus 3 whole square minus 4 into 1 into minus 9. 4ac upon 2a. A is 1. So 2 into 1. Now this bracket will give us minus 3 whole square is 9 and 4 in minus 4 into minus 9 is 36. So 9 plus 36 is giving us under root 5. Now there are some points which you have to remember while applying the formula. Note down the points. First important point is this line. Can you see the line below the numerator here? The line below minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac should be a complete line. make it a long line which should cover minus b also and this b square minus 4ac also. Then only write 2a. If you will make this line very small, or it will not cover this minus b, or it will not cover this b square minus 4ac, then you will not get the mark for substitution of the values in the formula. So first important point is the line below the numerator should be a complete line. Then the second important point is whatever you are getting in the square root, as we are getting square root 45 in this case, the value of square root should be taken from the table directly. Don't try to find the square root by division method which you have learned in class 8. In the exam also, table is provided from which you can see the value of root 5 directly, and then you can substitute this value of root 5. Then third point is the value of root should always be taken up to 3 decimal places. Value of root should be taken up to 3 decimal places. Remember this point. Always it is very important. Here, value of root should be 6.708. I am writing it separately so that you can understand that the value of decimal is to be taken up to 3rd decimal place. If you will write only 6.70, you will not get the mark for writing the value of root 5. Before explaining the next point, I am telling you the marking of this question. First mark is for substituting the value in the formula, which is given as M1 in the exam. And second mark is for writing the value of square root, whatever you are getting. Here, my square root was B1. My square root was 45. And the value of root 45 I have seen from the table, which is coming 6.708. If you will write only 6.70, you will not get this second mark of 1. Very important point this is. Remember this thing always. Here also 8 should be written when you are doing the calculation of the next step. And here also 8 will come. Now, this was plus minus sign. Once we will use it with plus sign, means the value of root 45 will be used once with plus sign and once with minus sign. When I am using it with plus sign, I'll get it will be 9.708, 9.708 divided by 2. And once when we'll take it with minus sign, it will be minus 3.708 divided by 2. I have intentionally not written these steps so that you will remember in the exam that this step is also compulsory to write. And before writing the final answer, whatever you are getting on dividing this. What you will get on dividing this? You will get 4.84 Writing all the 3 decimal places up to this step is must. Similarly, second value will be minus 1.854. And in the question it was given, give your answer to 2 decimal places. That's why it is very important to find out the answer up to 3 decimal place and then round it off to 2 decimal places. Remember this thing, final answer is 4.85 and minus 1.85, which we are calculating with the rounding off of 4.854 and minus 1.854. Without writing these values, if you will write the answer directly using only 2 decimal places throughout, you will not get the answer. In all these steps, we have to use 3 decimal places. Only in the final answer, rounding off will be done to get the answer up to 2 decimal places. I am repeating, no rounding off will be done in the middle steps. Rounding off will be done only in the final answer. And now I am taking one more example so that the topic will be clear to you. Now in this question, middle value is given in fraction. First take LCM. This will become 36x squared plus 3x plus 8 equal to 0. As we have taken the LCM of full equation, denominator is not needed. Compare it with the standard equation. A is 36, B 3, C 8. Substitute it in the formula. I have substituted the values and after solving, I got minus 3 plus minus under root minus 1143 upon 70. And as we have already learned, if discriminant means inside the root minus sign is coming, solution is not possible. So here this question will not be solved further. Substitute in the formula minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a as square root part, that is my b square minus 4ac is coming minus. So further solution is not possible. Here writing this line you will get full marks. This is the same question as now see this question. What is the difference in this question? Here they are asking answer up to 3 decimal place. Only rounding off should be done up to given decimal places. Then only you will get the answer. Solving method is same. Compare the given equation with standard form of the equation. A is 3, B minus 12, C minus 1. Substitute it in the formula minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. We'll get minus 12 plus minus under root minus 12 whole square minus 4 into 3 into minus 1 upon 2 into 3. 12 plus minus under root 156 upon 6. Directly you may not get the value of 156 in the table. In the table which is given in the exam, we have values only up to 100. So to find the value of square root value of 156, you do the prime factorization of 156. What will come divided by 2? It will come 78. Then divide it again by 2. It will come 39. Now taking the pair of 2, this root 156 can be written as 2 under root 39. This can be written as 2 under root 39. Now see the value of root 39 from the table and multiply it by 2. Remember, the value of 39 should be seen up to 3 decimal places and then multiply it by 2. Value of root 39 is 6.245. Multiply it by 2, you will get 12.489. And then, as I said already, once use it with plus sign, once use it with minus sign, and cancel with 6. Two answers which we get 4.082 and minus 0.08. This is the method of solving these type of question. Again, I am repeating, this line should be complete. Always take the value of square root up to 3 decimal places. Rounding off will be done only in the last step, and sometimes significant figures are also asked. Decimal places are counted after the decimal. Significant figures are counted before the decimal also. So for this question, if suppose significant figures are asked, up to 2 significant figures, the answer here will be 4.0. And this answer up to 2 significant figures will be 0.082. In significant figures, zeros in the starting are not counted, while 0 at the last is counted. So this answer, if you have to give up to 2 significant figures, it will be 4.0 and minus 0.082. I am repeating, starting zeros are not counted in significant figures, while at the end if zeros are, they are counted. You have to do more of the practice by doing the questions which are given in the exercise. In all the questions, you will be using the same formula. Learn how to see the table to write the value of the square root and do the calculations carefully. Here we have some questions of assignment.